In this video, we want to talk about how to stop poor spending habits, how to stop poor spending habits, and we are going to look at a concept that you can use because many people find themselves in this kind of situation whereby they splurge, they buy on impulse, and they can't even account for where their money is going to, and they wonder why they are not achieving so much in life. The reason is not far-fetched. It's because they spend anyhow, and they want a way out. They want to be helped. And I'm just going to teach us on one concept because I used to be in this category of people. I used to spend anyhow. I used to buy on impulse. And at the end of the day, despite being an accountant, despite being an economist, I find it hard to account for where I've sent my money or on how I've spent my money. So I want to teach us this concept. It is called non-essential concepts. Non-essential concept. And if you follow it religiously, sincerely, it is something that you are going to achieve in 2 months. You can achieve it in 2 months. So what is non-essential concepts? Non-essential. It means you are going to block out a month. Choose a month where you are going to commit to not buying anything that is not a need. Do you understand? You are going to discipline yourself for 1 solid month to buy anything, not to buy anything that is not a need. Do you understand? So that is the concept. It is called non-essential concept because it is our needs that are really essential to our living. It means we can't live without them, and they are our basic needs, which is food, clothing, shelter, maybe transportation, and good health. Do you understand? So we want to look at it. Non-essential concept. It means this is just a replica of a calendar, which means you are going to tell yourself, I am not buying any wants, I'm not buying my desires, I'm only going for my needs throughout that month. This does 3 things for you. And what are the 3 things? It helps you to know what you are spending on. It helps you to do what? To know what you are actually spending on. Because many people spend, but they don't know what they are spending on. And the reason why many people will never reach financial freedom, they will never be free, they will always work for money, is because of their wants. They splurge on wants, they buy wants. And you know, economy says that woman wants are what? They are unlimited. So you need to come to this realization. So it does 3 things for you. Number 1 is it helps you to know what are you actually spending on. Do you understand? Your actual expenses, your actual needs. Number 2, to reevaluate your spending habits. By the time you carry out this for a month, you discipline yourself, you constrain yourself. I can tell you, it helps you. At the end, by the time you now want to, it helps you to reevaluate your spending habits. Just like what is going on in Nigeria, in this current situation where people are cashless just because there are not enough cash in circulation. People have been disciplined to do what? To spend less. But one thing, once cash is in circulation, will they be able to keep up with this discipline, with these habits? That's another thing. That's another phase. And the 3rd thing is to get out of the rat race. To get out of the rat race. It helps you. Because what keeps you in the rat race is your want and your desire. Are they bad? No, they are not bad. But they are things you buy out of your assets, out of your cash flow, regular, steady cash flow. Do you understand? So, and how do you commit to this? How do you achieve this? How do you achieve this? We'll be talking about 5 things. How do you achieve this? Because since it is not something you have been practicing before now, how do you intend to achieve this? Number one, you need to communicate your commitment to your loved ones. Communicate it to people around you. Let them know that, for this 1 month, this is what I want to do. I just want to buy my needs. I just want to go for my needs. And what are your needs? Don't forget food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and maybe good health. Your health, very important. So anything outside these 5, sincerely, I can tell you they are wants. You can survive without them. So which means you are just dealing with what? With your needs. Things you can't survive without. So those are your needs. Number 2 is resist the temptation to buy non-essentials. You will be tempted because since you are in that category of people who usually buy on impulse, who usually buy what they don't need, who usually buy at the sight of something that they think they need. They think they need, not that they need it. Because at the end, by the time you analyze it, you see that at the end you don't need this thing. It's just a mere want. So resist that temptation. The temptation, the urge is going to be there. But you need to discipline yourself. You need to control yourself. That, okay, I will not buy non-essentials. Number 3, make it harder to spend your money. That's another way. Make it harder. Not just hard, but harder to spend your money. How do you mean? Don't go about with cash. That's number 1. Number 2, maybe don't go about with your ATM, credit card, or debit card, whatever you have on you. Don't go about with it because it's easy to pull out your credit card or your debit card or your ATM and just transact, since we are in those days now. So don't go about with your ATM card. That also constrains you. Another thing you can do is, even when you want to make transfer from your banking apps, use passwords that are hard to, that maybe you have to write it down somewhere. So before you transfer, it's not something you just put in your password or your PIN. It's something that you have to reach out to, maybe from your wardrobe or from your closets. Do you understand? That's another way. Because we are talking about discipline. So make it harder to spend your money. Number 4 is plan and budget every penny you spend. Plan and budget it. Budget your spending. Plan it. People will call you names. Don't mind them. Later, when you reach your financial freedom, you will help them. But don't forget, as long as you remain at the same level, no 2 poor people can help themselves. They can't help each other. 2 poor people cannot help each other. Why? Because they are both poor. They both have money problems. So you can only help a poor person by you becoming rich. So you need to pay the price to be rich, and this is the price. And what is the last one? Stick strictly to your budget, because many people plan and budget, but they don't stick to it. So you need to stick to your budget. Stick to it. Stick strictly to it. Be hard on yourself. Do you understand? So I call the concept one more time is non-essential concepts, where you commit yourself to buying, not to buy anything that is not a need. You block out a whole month. So I think with this, I've been able to enlighten us on how to stop a major spending habits, poor spending habits. So if it has helped you, kindly subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, and share with anyone that this video is going to help. Click on the notification bell so that you can also be notified whenever I release a new video. So we meet in our next video. Stay blessed.